Our GeoReplicator, we like to think as world leading, and it has been for the last 10 years where it's been deployed within the market space. There are two main modes of the product. The first mode was the traditional mode that was implemented for delivering offline content for mobile users, mobile professionals. That technology has moved on to what we focus on, probably 60 to 70% of our effort, the server-to-server market. So servers to servers, again over low bandwidth connectivity, and particularly where that bandwidth is either very challenging in terms of either being up or down or sometimes totally disconnected. Right at the hub of both the server to laptop and the server to virtual server and the server to server technology is our compression algorithm, Epsilon compression. Epsilon compression is a unique patented technology that we patented back 12 years ago before we started to launch our technology to the market. It forms the bedrock of the server to laptop, server to virtual server, server to server technologies. The compression Epsilon looks across the complete data set that you're comparing between a single headquarters node and a deployed node, rather than looking within individual files or small units of data. How does that impact the end user? It means you get far greater levels of compression in terms of data that you're passing between the various nodes on the network. By far the overriding benefit is consistency of information, commonly referred to as the single point of truth. Other people call it the true draft. I like to call it singing off the same hymn sheet. Ensuring that as data is added on any node of the network, that data, we know that data is going to be propagated to all nodes of the network, to all users who are accessing different servers or accessing different terminals, that are recording that information. We've gone from the mainframe to the laptop, and now from the laptop back to corporate networks and storing data within portals. Organisations are investing vast sums in making sure that they've got their corporate intelligence up to speed, archived, disaster recovery, all the rest of it. Now, what I think they're realising is that you've got to guarantee that everyone's got access to that information to ensure that you've got the true, consistent view of data across the organisations. Also, there's going to be a need for replication between multiple different formats of data. So you're going to have, maybe you might have a Microsoft SharePoint instance or an Oracle Portal instance or a Lotus Domino instance, but you want to maintain those portals but replicate data between those various portal servers. And we've got some research running on at the moment that's looking at how we can replicate, as data's pushed into a Lotus Domino server, how does that get replicated over to SharePoint server and vice versa? How does the device model change? Are we moving away from the laptop to the tablet to the smartphone? Or maybe we're going to go back again, who knows? But I think the capability in terms of replication and being able to replicate between all those various nodes is going to be pretty important. Linked to, obviously, the ever-present cloud, being able to replicate between the cloud and on-premise systems. We have three main groups of partners. We have our focused technology partners who obviously support the platforms, and we work with them. For example, with Microsoft, we work with them along the technology adoption program in terms of being able to see how best to fit our technology into the next release of technology that's being deployed out to the market. We constantly work with them and have done throughout the whole of the SharePoint development lifecycle. Other technology partners would include the likes of obviously Oracle and IBM. Then we get groups of systems integrator partners, and the two main groups we work with to date would be HP, and obviously within the EDS grouping within HP, and Logica. We do a lot of work with Logica, particularly with the deployment that we have through to NATO in Afghanistan currently. And then we have another smaller group of partners, who are really sector partners who focus in on particular sectors, and probably the star of that group would be an organisation called Regs for Ships, because they focus in on the shipping commercial maritime market and being able to articulate and deliver compliance type information out to the commercial maritime sector. When we talk about low bandwidth, how low can we go in terms of our capability? This is where IORA really excels. The GeoReplicator really excels, and where the fundamental Epsilon technology really enables us to operate in very, very low bandwidth. We've done a number of exercises with Trident Warrior, with CWID, Coalition Warrior Interoperability Demonstrator, over the many years, and have documented proof of our capability of running right down to sort of the 1 kilobit per second type networks, which perhaps aren't the typical networks, but give an indication of the efficiency of our technology in being able to operate down at those low bandwidth capabilities.